And do you realize, Brian, that this December, this Christmas, it will be 30 years ago since the first triple threat match was down the road about 5 or 6 miles at the Knoxville Civic Coliseum in the same exact town. And it's the stupidest thing I ever did. And I can't stand them now. Edge versus AJ Styles versus Rey Mysterio. So again, besides the fact that they have completely screwed up the rules of these things, and it's the first person to get a pin, and it's no disqualification, and it's all now it's 2 baby faces and 1 heel in the ring.
Do you think it would be better if it was elimination? I hadn't thought about that until you just said it.
That's what it's supposed to be. That's what it was. Remember, just for the people who may not be newer listeners, it's my fault. Christmas of 1993 in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, I booked what I termed a triple threat match between the Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony and Primetime Brian Lee and Tracy Smothers. Because Tracy was a full-fledged babyface and my top babyface. Brian Lee had been a previous top babyface, but he had switched heel on Tracy Smothers. He was now a heel. And Tony Anthony was a heel that was about to switch babyface because of what was going on between him and Brian Lee. But Tony had finished a bloody and violent program just previously with Tracy Smothers. So they all 3 disliked each other. And that's what it was for the Smoky Mountain Heavyweight title. A triple threat match. When a man's pinned, he's eliminated. The last man in the ring is the champion, is the best man, is the fucking winner. And it wasn't no disqualification because it didn't need to be, because that would have been a hat on a hat. And in 4 years of the promotion, I booked 1 of these matches. 1 tag match with the Midnight or the Heavenly Bodies, the Rock and Roll Express, and the Stud Stable, because it was a similar situation. They all disliked each other. And 1 singles 3-way. And Jesus Christ, there was a reason for it. But there wasn't a reason for it that often. And when I booked it, I had it in my head, because if I'd have gone to the boys and said, okay, here's what they said, how the fuck are we going to do that? Because we hadn't had one before. So I had it in my head how that one guy could believably be wiped out of the action for a couple minutes for other shit to go on, but then there would be interplay amongst all the people that disliked each other that still fit their gimmick, their personalities, and it wasn't beloved Tracy Smothers teaming up with Brian Lee to beat up the Dirty White Boy, who was the hometown guy anyway, because he was from Knoxville. Shit that wouldn't make sense. And we did it once. If you did it every few years, it probably would work if there was an issue that called for it. But this has gotten out of hand. All right. And then the other mistake I made was having Jim Ross do my television, because he came in and did TV when we were talking about these things. And he called me up one day from the office in Stamford and said, hey, what do you call that 3-way match, a triple threat? What's the rules? And then they made it first guy that gets the pin so that they could avoid people doing jobs, and screwed the whole thing up, because then champions can lose the title without being defeated, which is ignorant, and et cetera, et cetera. Can I continue now on this program?
Yeah.
Do you see I'm getting cranky as we go on. Edge has cut all his hair off. And can't older people be long-haired, brooding hippie types too? He looks like he ought to be driving a soccer dad's van with short hair. Well, no, seriously, normal people have short hair. Rock stars have long hair. to go with their long coats.
Well, at least he still has a long coat.
Well, but now it's even more obvious that his hair is short because his coat is long. But his coat's so shiny.
This is the most ridiculous thing we've ever So if he got a shorter coat, would it be less bothersome to you that his hair is so short?
Well, maybe he needs more vitamin C and fish oil to make his coat shinier. All right, anyway, all three of these guys are great talents, but these matches are interminable because it's just people doing shit to each other over and over and then disappearing for periods of time. But after all of that, Rey came off the top, and Edge was apparently supposed to spear him in midair, but Edge didn't, and Rey just landed on his feet and took the bump anyway. And then Edge was kind of like, what the fuck? And AJ came off the top with the phenomenal forearm to Edge, 1, 2, 3. So now it's AJ Styles has advanced over either Edge or Rey Mysterio. Apparently they're going to renew pushing AJ. Remember, he was kind of at flunky level for a while there. And then has he been off with an injury? Haven't seen a lot of him lately. But is it the appropriate place to start pushing somebody again, even if they're a great talent that you haven't been pushing recently when it's a brand new championship that's being established from scratch? Is my question to you.
I mean, AJ just got back. He's back with the OC and Mia Yim. Was he ever with Mia Yim before? I don't remember, but she's with them now.
I have nothing to do with their personal lives.
That's not what I meant. But he's previously been a main eventer, previously been a world champion. I have no problem with him being in the picture.
I get
more than Edge right now. I think Edge right now is coming off a period of time where it would be a mistake to put him in there. AJ is coming off not being on TV. Edge is coming off.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Neither one of these guys are going to win the thing. So if Edge went to the finals, Edge is a Hall of Famer, blah, 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 but Edge could also get beat. And it's not going to hurt Edge, but if they've just brought AJ back and they're trying to renew a push, unless he's going to win the thing, and then,
And then if he wins, does he go to Raw? Does he have to leave SmackDown?
See, that's it. He ain't going to win it anyway. But what I'm saying is you bring him back. He's been gone for a little while. You're going to push him by having him win this 3-way, and then he's about to get fucking beat shortly or sooner, in the finals of the thing. But nevertheless, your thoughts on the match, the contest?
It was fine for what it was. I'm not a big 3-way fan, and this wasn't anything spectacular in the genre of the 3-way matches. It was fine for what it was.
Well,